NBTA is the oldest, largest independent board certification organization in the country, founded in 1977. And we board certify attorneys across 8 different specialties, although we will soon be up to 11 specialties come in 2025. We're adding 3 more this year. So we have over 1,300 members currently across the country, almost every state, if not every state, at least every state that allows board certification. So yes, we are the oldest, largest independent organization, as I said. Well, start off with attorneys in good standing, and then there's a number of years in practice at most, if not all, of our certification programs. It's a minimum 5 years, but there is what is called substantial involvement. Each specialty has a significant list of criteria, whether it's trials, whether that trial's chaired as first or second chair, whether that's direct examinations, depositions taken, briefs filed, and first authored. But there are a number of different requirements that you must meet in order to become board certified. You also have to pass our exam in order to become board certified. And then there's also references. The last piece is sort of references between colleagues as well as judicial references. Yes. There's no average. It depends on the individual, and it depends on where they are in their career. We have some folks who start out early and sort of track their way towards until they become board certified, eligible to become board certified. Or we have those who are in practice and they look at it and go, I meet the requisite standards and requirements, and I can go ahead and go through the process of applying, taking the exam, and then it's becoming board certified by us. Well, we have specialty program commissions that oversee each of our board certification programs, and those are leaders within the organization and within the specialty. They don't necessarily have to be a full-blown member of NBTA, but if they're a criminal law professor, say, who's considered one of the leading experts in the world or in the country on criminal law, we may have them as part of our SBC. They help us guide, the tests, the exams. They determine whether a person meets the qualifications to become board certified by us. So those are the groups that there's about 5 to 7 people per specialty that sort of function as a specialty program commission, and they are sort of oversee the entire process for us. It varies. You start out with maybe 25 to 30 applicants per exam period. We have 2 exam periods per year. We now do them online. Like everything else in the world, COVID sort of forced us to move from a proctored exam across the country to an online exam, which actually we have come to prefer. But they are administered twice a year, and we have a number of applicants, and then it could dwindle down to the number of exam takers a little bit. Sometimes the real world hits and a murder trial is scheduled, and all of a sudden you can't study for or take the exam. And then the passage rate is between 80 and 85%. So we are right on sort of par for what would be an acceptable passage rate. Board certification holds out to the public that these folks are competent attorneys in their field. They're board certified, they're tested, their knowledge is tested, and so that you are confident that they excel in the field that they are board certified in. Well, there are a few other organizations that are we call ourselves the 7 sisters. I think we're down to 6. But I said we are the last and largest independent organization. We are not tied to a professional association. There are a number of other board certifying entities that are nationwide that are tied to their professional associations. We are not. Bankruptcy lawyers are tied to theirs. DUI attorneys have a certification program through the DUI National DUI Association. Privacy law specialists and lawyers are board certified through the IAPP. So again, we are an independent entity and not affiliated with a professional association. In Texas, we have 32 board certified attorneys by NBTA. We have 126 criminal attorneys nationwide who are board certified by our organization. It's a small percentage. Yeah, no, we have 193 total Texas members across actually, that's across four specialties: civil trial, criminal trial, family trial, and SSD, which is Social Security Disability. Those are the four that we have agreement with the state. In order to become board certified in Texas by NBTA, you must first be board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization. So we have an agreement with TBALS that in those four, we can board certify Texas attorneys in those four specialties currently. So you go online, you can sign up. If you sign up and show that you're interested, a form is kicked back to you, and it's the application form. And you look at the form, you look at the standards, and you be in the process of filling it out. It is a somewhat of an extensive process, but again, at the end of this, what we're holding out to the public is that these folks are board certified, they're well tested, they're well versed, they're competent attorneys in their field. So the biggest component of that application is going to be the substantial involvement criteria, meeting the number of trials, meeting the number of depositions taken, meeting the number of cross examinations or direct examinations or briefs written and authored as the first author, and listing out your CLE courses that you meet. We require 45 hours of CLE, which is typically higher than the requisite state requirements, which most states is between 30 and 40, but mostly 36. So it is just compiling the information and putting it together. Once you have it, then it's just a matter of sending the application in, providing the references that are required. Then it goes to the SBC. We would review it. The SBC would review it. And then it's a matter of taking the exam. Like I said, one exam is offered in the spring, typically April. This upcoming year will be beginning of May. And then one in the fall, typically October, but sometimes it bleeds into November. So once you take those exams, they're graded. You pass the exam, you have your application, boom, then we would admit you to NBTA. Yes, yes, it is. And yes, it is. We have, we independently audit our exams. We have a psychometrician that audits our exams so that we feel that they stand up to any true scrutiny or test. Typically they are 75 multiple choice questions. A component of them are based in ethics. You must pass the ethics portion in and of itself, the multiple choice component of that. There's usually 10, I believe there's 10 questions. You must pass those individually. And that is computed as part of your overall score for your multiple choice part. And then there's an essay portion, and usually a couple shorter answer essays and then some longer answer essays. It's a 6-hour exam, 3 hours in the morning, which is all multiple choice, and then 3 hours in the afternoon, which is the essay portion of the test. Yes, yes. That is the goal, yes. I believe we did. And then, again, it's an organization that I will speak as an attorney, I did not know existed. And then when you get into it and you understand the mission and what they're trying to do and how they hold themselves out, it is, some people will be somewhat cynical that it is about marketing. It's about demonstrating your competency in the field of law and holding yourself out to the public, that they understand that yes, that board certification means you understand that area of law. It's not just something you're selling on television or in a newspaper ad or wherever it might be, or on social media, wherever it is. That logo that stands next to your name means that you have been tested and your knowledge has been tested and you have passed those tests, and you are competent and excel in your field. Yeah, sure. Great. Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.